What's up, y'all, my Aries people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting April 28th, 2025. And remember, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, on the 2nd, we've got Venus conjunct Neptune in your sign, which is all about special exchanges and connectivity, helping you with some kind of personal goal, personal road, or solo pursuit. Whenever we have activity in our sign, it's all about coming back to our story and our journey, and maybe even getting more aligned with something that we may have drifted from, strayed from, or lost that actually is a part of our story that has nothing to do with partners or with friends or with colleagues or with family, things that actually are just more about your personal accomplishments, goals, and just for you. Now, this exchange or whatever is going on could be something very sweet, something very special, or maybe even an important favor that is going to help you get back in touch with a path that maybe you haven't been on for a while. On the 4th, we've got Pluto turning retrograde in Aquarius, your 11th house of friendships, your support system, and community. And this is going to be setting up a long retrograde transit. This is going to last all the way up through October. Now, Pluto retrograde, like all outer planet retrogrades, is equal parts good and equal parts challenging. All stones are getting turned over in your social life, and this can be a really good thing, especially for you getting a chance to capitalize on information, opportunities, and hookups that have maybe gone under the radar or maybe have been in a blind spot that could be very helpful for you, not just in your social life, but in other areas of your life as well, especially if you are looking to maybe make some important departures, transitions, or moves in your life to help get yourself out of maybe a rut or a space you've been in for too long. However, with Pluto retrograde here, there could also be some reveals of some things going on under the radar, or maybe, again, in your blind spots that you might not be so happy to hear when it comes to certain friends and associations as well. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Aries, here's your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, or the big focus of your week, you have the 8 of Swords reversed, which is a beautiful example of when reverse cards are way better than when they're upright. Because the 8 of Swords reversed is all about the removal of blockages, especially things that have been maybe keeping us stuck in one place, or keeping us stuck to situations or to people or to arrangements that are actually not keeping us in the best lane possible, but maybe holding us in a lane that is beneath what we could be doing with our lives for the best. And so when we have the 8 of Swords reversed as a spiritual theme, be prepared this week. A lot of important releases, a lot of important binds are getting cut, and a lot of important cords are loosening. And so be prepared. A lot of important escapes are going to be made for you. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, we've got the Devil reversed, another example of a good reversed card. Because the Devil reversed is about freedom from an adversarial influence, something that could be actually antagonizing you in some way, whether this is a person or an assignment, a project, or maybe even something that is not necessarily rooted in a professional situation, but maybe even an antagonistic or adversarial force around a financial matter, something that has been creating a serious problem around work or money, whether it is a person or it's an arrangement. But with the Devil card reversed, we also see this going away. For your community with friends and relatives and other people in your life, you've got the Temperance card upright. The Temperance card is all about healing, mending, solutions, and support. And so for a lot of you this week, there could be some kind of important deepening or healing of an important friendship, or maybe even family connection, or possibly something coming up where a friend, a family member, or somebody in your network is helping to patch something up with and or for you, or provide you with something that is actually going to alleviate, heal, or present some kind of solution for an issue that you've been struggling with. Whether it is an out, whether it is a substitute, whether it is something that can kind of move you to a better place, so to speak, the Temperance card is a beautiful card to see. Your challenge this week is the King of Swords reversed. Now, the King of Swords reversed can indicate a need to be careful when it comes to trusting things at face value or trusting certain people at their word. The King of Swords reverse can often show up where dishonesty comes in a form of incomplete truths. Now, this is not a card of out and out lies, but rather dishonesty or incomplete truths still creating problems because either information is not being shared fully, something could be kept under wraps in a certain negotiation around a certain character, or it could just be that some people are just really shitty communicators and don't actually explain what they need to explain. Be careful around situations like this, because whether it's getting bad instructions, whether it's trusting the wrong people, or maybe even having to deal with a situation where the sin of omission could be a problem, you're going to have to make sure that you stay on the lookout. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Three of Swords upright. And the Three of Swords, unfortunately, is the card of conflict. It's the card of heartache and even some kind of maybe confrontation. Now, this could be something that is going on either between you and a partner, or this could be something going on with another person outside of your personal life, right? Another household, or maybe around a situation like that. With the Three of Swords, this is likely going to be something that is a very touchy topic for one or all people involved. And with the Three of Swords, there could even be some revelations coming out about a situation that is not necessarily going to succeed going forward the way it has been carried on. And this could bring up some hurt feelings this week, especially when it comes to situations where maybe hidden feelings, hidden hurt feelings, or hidden unhappiness comes out. But with the Three of Swords, it does need to come out. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, this could be something also going on, whether this is with a new or new-ish person, or possibly even something coming up out of the past. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Taurus people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts, your weather and traffic reports for the week starting April 28th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can always go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links down below. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, on the 2nd, we've got Venus conjunct Neptune in your 12th house, Aries, where there is going to be some kind of special exchange or some kind of special connectivity going on with a matter of the past, something going on in private, something going on in secret, or maybe even something from out of your own personal history. This could be a relinking of some kind, and sometimes what happens with Venus conjunct Neptune is that we benefit from some kind of secret exchange or something getting returned to us. On the 4th, we've got Pluto turning retrograde in Aquarius, your 10th house of career, upward mobility, status, and promotions. And from May all the way up through October, Pluto is really working over this part of your story. With Pluto retrograde in the 10th house, there's equal parts good and equal parts challenging. This is a time where you might be getting a chance to take advantage of a lot of secrets and unknown opportunities, things that have been kind of under the radar or out of your field of vision when it comes to career growth, upward mobility, or anything that could be increasing your power, your status, or your profitability. However, you may also find that a lot of things that have been kind of going on in the shadows around career or financial matters are also going to be getting revealed, and there could be some wake-up calls in that as well. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Taurus, here's your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you've got the Knight of Pentacles upright. The Knight of Pentacles is a beautiful card because this is going to be a week where a lot of new long-standing and secure commitments, arrangements, schedules, and routines are going to get set, helping to bring a new prosperous kind of order to your world. If you've been kind of feeling like things are a bit chaotic, a bit all over the place, unsettled, this is a beautiful card to get. A lot of you may also notice that there could be a bit of an increase or a bit of a leveling up going on around a lot of work and even personal project processes that may require you to get ready to get more involved and raise your own standards, but also ones that are going to have bigger payoffs in the future. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the Nine of Pentacles upright. And so this week is going to be really sweet to you when it comes to work, because the Nine of Pentacles is all about payoffs that come early increases, and independent success. You may find yourself actually going through some kind of big win because you're getting set apart this week from the crowd, whether it's to attain an opportunity or to get recognized for something that you're contributing to your workforce or your field, or possibly getting, again, some kind of early win or early payoff around some kind of financial opportunity or some kind of financial commitment that you have already made. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. And the Wheel of Fortune reversed, unfortunately, is indicating there could be some trouble coming up around a friend or a relative that has kind of gotten themselves into trouble. This is usually the card that shows up where somebody is kind of having a run of bad luck, but it is because they didn't take proper responsibility of what they should have. Sometimes this card will show up when a person has been too lackadaisical, too laid back, not paying attention to the road, so to speak. Sometimes this card can happen where a person is just not doing what they can to stop a bad thing from happening. But there could be something coming up where you may or may not feel compelled to help them out. But just keep in mind, this is likely something that is sort of self-started on the part of this person. For your challenge this week, you've got the Three of Cups upright. This week's not really going to have any big challenges for you. The Three of Cups is all about fun, celebration, enjoying time with friends, and possibly even getting hooked up by friends with even, more good. But I feel like with the Three of Cups as a challenge, this could indicate that maybe some of you need to be ready to expand your social horizons a little bit, or pay attention to where good change is happening in social setups and social groups. Sometimes that can present a bit of an adjustment period or a difficult adjustment period, but it is something to be encouraged. But overall, again, no big challenges for you this week. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Eight of Cups upright. The Eight of Cups is actually a really good card. It's all about departures, leaving behind done, unsatisfying, or unhappy situations. Now, there could be something coming up this week where you and a partner or maybe somebody new or new-ish are getting a chance to take your leave of something that we have kind of been wrapped up with that has been maybe holding us back or keeping us in an unhappy place, or just in some way has been actually more trouble than it's worth to keep going. You may even find that a partner or a new or new-ish person is also making some kind of important step in their own lives to maybe leave or get away from something that has been a bother or even a toxic influence in their world outside of the relationship. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Gemini people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting April 28th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for y'all out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on with your astrology weather for the week? Well, on the 2nd, we've got Venus conjunct Neptune in Aries, your 11th house of friendships, support system, and community. And this is going to be a day of some kind of special exchange or connectivity, really sealing a deal as far as some kind of plan, gift exchange, or maybe even uniting when it comes to something that is an important joint journey, joint venture, joint project, or maybe all of the above and more. This could be something that is getting facilitated with a friend or by the actions of a friend, or something that is helping to make something real that has been kind of just a fantasy. On the 4th, we have Pluto turning retrograde in Aquarius, which is your 9th house of expansion, big moves, big travel opportunities, popularity, prominence, as well as anything that involves official dealings or official matters. Now, with Pluto turning retrograde here, May through October, you're going to be noticing a lot of things coming up where a lot of stones are getting turned to show what's going on underneath. And for a lot of you guys, this could be a time where some very important advantages, loopholes, or secret opportunities to get ahead with some plans around these areas of your life are concerned, and in a very, very sweet way, but also ways that help you kind of correct where you've missed out on good things because they've either flown under the radar or they were in a blind spot. However, you could also find out about some things going on under the radar or going on in a blind spot in these areas of your life as well that you're going to need to be ready to crack the whip on or get down to business on fixing or switching up. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Gemini, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the Four of Pentacles in reverse can actually be a really good card. It is the card of things opening up for us that have once been blocked or withheld from us, things that we have not been able to have access to engage, to entertain, or to maybe even meet our fortune with, whether it's because we've been getting held back or they've been getting held from us. But with the Four of Pentacles reversed this week, a lot of walls are coming down. Now, this could indicate a really good series of opportunities showing up in all kinds of different corners of your world. But if you've been feeling like things have been a bit stopped up, or maybe you've been kind of stuck on repeat with a lot of things because of maybe a lot of things getting withheld or kept at a distance from you, prepare for a shift in the current this week. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the Nine of Wands in reverse. Now, the Nine of Wands in reverse is indicating some kind of door opening up as well. This is the card of things that were once maybe going on behind closed doors, coming out into the open to our benefit. This could also indicate accesses coming to you around things that have maybe been locked or blocked from you being revealed and now having been granted access to them. Whether this has to do with a work road you would like to shift to, money you are looking to maybe actually pursue, or even, again, work or job opportunities that have been, whether you knew it or not, kept behind locked or closed doors. It's all coming out into the open this week. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Seven of Cups upright. The Seven of Cups is indicating this week could get pretty busy. You might notice yourself in pretty high demand, and you might have a hard time kind of navigating where you want to put a lot of your priorities, where you want to put a lot of your time. Sometimes with the Seven of Cups, we can see situations where the world is our oyster and opening up to us, but not all priorities are equal, not all opportunities are equal. And there could be something going on where you're noticing a lot of distractions coming between you and maybe a friend, a project, or something that you're really invested in. Pay attention to where you do need to be better about setting firmer boundaries, but also keeping stricter order with what you do want to give your time and energy to, and not let your energies be dispersed amongst, a bunch of distractions and, and the like. For your challenge this week, you've got the Four of Swords upright. And the Four of Swords is the card of rest, recuperation, regeneration, and healing. So when this card shows up as a challenge, sometimes this can show up where, again, we kind of feel almost as though things are way too demanding and we are kind of getting pulled in multiple directions at once, where we can't really be everywhere we want to be and we are losing our own energy. We're losing our own stamina in it all. With the Four of Swords, your challenge is to know when to give yourself downtime and when to also start downsizing certain commitments or certain engagements, maybe even taking breaks from certain activities in order to, of course, reset yourself. For your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Queen of Cups upright. And the Queen of Cups is indicating this week there could be some kind of very special development going on with a significant other or somebody new or new-ish, where they find a way to grant a personal wish that you have. A lot of the times the Queen of Cups can show up as sort of the fairy godmother kind of card. And so if it's not your partner or your new or newish person doing this, it could be somebody that is maybe helping you personally out to also grant a wish that you have for yourself and a significant other. Or it may even be, for those of you who are single or are available to new people, that some kind of helpful setup could also show up, or something getting arranged with and for you working out quite nicely. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all my Cancerian people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting April 28th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can always just head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. So what's going on when it comes to your week and the astrology weather? Well, on the 2nd, we've got Venus conjunct Neptune in Aries, your 10th house of career, upward mobility, status, station, promotions, and raises. And there's going to be some special exchanges and some opportunities for some special connectivity going on for you here. A lot of the times when Venus and Neptune come together, there's a very generous but also very favorable turn of events. Maybe it's an offer, a proposal, a meeting, or some kind of new development that could actually be putting more money in your pocket or even increasing your status and your reputation around your field or the office. Maybe a little bit of each, or maybe some kind of new offer or proposal that will lift you up in another way, career or finance or money-wise. But you got to make sure you're ready to also commit to whatever comes up this week. On the 4th, we have Pluto turning retrograde in Aquarius, which is your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, as well as your bonus monies or anything that you might share responsibility-wise with a partner or a business partner. And so what we have with Pluto retrograde, like all outer planet retrogrades, is equal parts good and equal parts challenging. A lot of the times when these two kind of do their thing, or when Pluto retrograde, does their thing, there is a push for turning a lot of stones over. And you may be finding that over the course of this next few months, all the way up through October, a lot of secrets, a lot of things going on under the radar or in your blind spots are getting revealed around financial exchanges and shared responsibilities and even opportunities for bonus income. However, there may be some things that you discover about things that you have been attached to or invested in that need to be thought out a bit differently, or maybe even reversed or unmade at the same time as the good is going on as well. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Cancer, here's your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you've got the Two of Cups in reverse. This week, there may be some things coming up in all kinds of different connections where you might be noticing a lot of collaborations, a lot of partnerships, a lot of shared spaces seem to be getting a bit more, well, prone to conflicts of interest. And this card as a spiritual theme can often show up where we need to pay attention to where people might be working against each other and not with each other. Sometimes it's on purpose, sometimes it's on accident, and sometimes it's just because nobody is paying attention. But with the Two of Cups reversed, there may be some things that do need to get ironed out in all kinds of different circles this week, and maybe even some things where you have to make up your mind to decide to, well, maybe you got to take on something by yourself, because sometimes we can't share everything with everyone. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the Page of Pentacles upright. And the Page of Pentacles is the card of new beginnings coming from important seeds getting planted. Now, this could be some kind of important meeting, proposition, offer, or maybe even some kind of proposal coming your way, or possibly something that is locking in an idea or getting something that was maybe a bit nebulous, a bit fluid in a more organized and solid state. With the Page of Pentacles, some of you may even be receiving some kind of special gift that is going to be setting this trend in motion in a work or financial matter. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Five of Cups in reverse. Now, the Five of Cups in reverse is the card of replacements. It is all about replacements for things that were once lost, or things that maybe fell through, or things that we have missed. And so this week, there could be something going on where possibly a friend or family member or an ally is helping you to replace something, or you are getting helped having something replaced that you once lost, or that once did not work out for you, or something that once disappeared from your life. This could be something material or immaterial, or it could even be a replacement for something we didn't know we were doing without. Whatever the case is, the Five of Cups reversed is a bridge over troubled waters. For your challenge this week, you've got the Four of Cups upright. This week, while it is going to be pretty good, I do feel you need to be careful not to get stuck in a rut. A lot of the times, the Four of Cups upright, there can be a tendency to miss out on things because we are overcommitted to a routine, overcommitted to a pattern, or overcommitted to something we're trying to stay consistent with, but we don't need to always be consistent with everything, especially if we aren't looking at the quality of what we're being consistent with. There's a warning card about missing out on a good opportunity because we might be on autopilot or sleepwalking through the week, and so make sure you're letting yourself shake things up. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Two of Pentacles upright. The Two of Pentacles is indicating this week there could be something coming up where you and a significant other, or maybe somebody new or new-ish, are getting a chance to play around with a change of trajectory, or maybe even a change of the way we've kind of set up our relationship lifestyle. A lot of the times with the Two of Pentacles, we see an influx of good fortune that is now stimulating new busyness. Now, this could be juggling opportunities, juggling options of what we want to do next, or this could be something going on where those of you who are maybe looking ahead at a crossroads are going to get a chance to take a few things that you've set for the future for a bit of a test drive with before you make up your mind. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, the Two of Pentacles upright also indicates you may have more than one opportunity to play around this week. So make sure that you give yourself time to be discerning and patient with your options. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Selene. And should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Leo people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting April 28th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you just need to head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, on the 2nd, we've got Venus conjunct Neptune in Aries, which is your 9th house of expansion, growth, big moves, big travel opportunities, as well as official dealings. And this is also an area that rules popularity and prominence. And for a lot of you, some special exchanges are going to be getting underway here, where a lot of new adventures could be getting started that could be quite tantalizing, but also very expansive for your personal life and even your professional life. This is also a great time for bringing any kind of new awareness, popularity, or support to something that you are looking to maybe propagate or make a bigger name for in your life. On the 4th, we've got Pluto turning retrograde in Aquarius, which is your 7th house of partnerships and closest one-on-one connections. This is the area that rules the boyfriend, girlfriend, the BFF, the business partner, the husband, wife, and the roommate, all of those kinds of close connections. Now, with Pluto retrograde, like all outer planet retrogrades, we see equal parts good and equal parts challenging. And over the course of May up through October, there's going to be a lot of stones getting turned to see what's going on the other side. Now, this can actually be a really, really good time, especially when it comes to finding out opportunities, secrets, or paths, or resources to make certain goals or ambitions easier to achieve, or maybe even to get things out of stuck conditions as far as relationship situations or relationship priorities are concerned. However, this can also show where certain things that we need to pay attention to as far as under the radar matters or things going on that have actually been troubles or problems that we've not been able to see or that have been in our blind spots need to get addressed. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with the tarot and the traffic. All right, Leo, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you've got the Star reversed. Now, the Star reversed is actually a card that says it's going to be a good week, but it's not going to feel like a good week. A lot of the times this card can show up where things can actually be really stressful, but they are leading to really good things, especially when it comes to getting things set in motion that are going to commence in the very near future, typically within a month, but we're not seeing those changes take place around ourselves now. You might be noticing a lot of really happy plans, a lot of really happy commitments, a lot of really happy things getting locked in for probably later on in May or even early June. But it might not necessarily show in your immediate environment. And sometimes we have to pay attention where the Star card reverse is saying, the reason things are not happening now is because, well, we got to kind of clean up a little bit of what's going on around us to get better aligned with what's getting committed for the near future. For your relationships, skipping the whole deck, for your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the Four of Wands reversed. Now, the Four of Wands reversed is the card of setups. Again, there's this theme of building going on. The Four of Wands reversed is not a bad reversed card, right? Not all reversed cards are bad. Watch out for the temperamental people with the 6th grade reading level who shouldn't be playing with tarot. The Four of Wands reversed is a card of preparation for some kind of milestone achievement, a cause for celebration, or a graduation soon. There may be something going on where you are getting something set up around a financial or work ambition that is getting ready to, kind of culminate as we go through the following weeks. This could be locking in, again, a commitment, or you may even get a chance to skim a little bit of that good fortune for yourself right now. But again, kind of like the Star card reversed, we are setting up for something really good in the near future. I always look at the Four of Wands reversed as kind of like the context of a gala, a party, or like a reception. Right? Upright, that's the party, that's the reception. Reversed, this is where we're getting all the decorations set up, we're getting all the cooking in order, and getting all of that. That's what this week's all about. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Chariot reversed. Now, the Chariot reversed, unfortunately, is an example of a not-so-great reversed card, because this card can indicate hecticness, chaotic activity, things kind of getting out of control around a situation you've got going on with a friend, a social group, or a family affair. Now, with the Chariot reversed, what we can usually see is something kind of going awry because of either disorganization or possibly something trying to proceed or rush or pressure or push something too fast. Now, this could be around something that is time sensitive, but a person is going way too hard on it anyway, or maybe somebody is bringing a lot of bad pressure to the situation and it's only making things worse. Sometimes this can also show up where something is kind of getting lopsided because not everyone can show up or dedicate what they need to it. See what we can do to get the situation back under control. For your challenge this week, you've got the Five of Swords upright. And the Five of Swords upright, unfortunately, is a card of conflict. This is a card of fighting. This is a card of hurt feelings. And this can also be a card where we might end up coming into a very serious clash with somebody this week, whether it's a clash over plans, a clash over needs, or a clash over maybe even just mutual respect. A lot of the times with the Five of Swords as a challenge, this can indicate a need for maybe once the clash has happened, everyone in that situation to take space from each other. Sometimes the Five of Swords can show up where if we don't agree to let there be a rift for a while, things could only get worse. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the World in reverse. Now, the World reverse is an interesting card. It's all about do-overs and also undo opportunities. Now, for a lot of you, this could be a week where you and a significant other or somebody new or new-ish are getting a chance to do something over again. Whether it's something that we really liked, that maybe we did once upon a time in the past, or something that we tried to do once, but it didn't really go the way we wanted it to, you're getting a chance to give it a bit of a retry. Or if there's something that you did do and you did succeed with, but you don't want it anymore, you get a chance to do an undo this week as well. So still, all in all, a good card. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Virgo people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting April 28th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can always head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And so with all that said, let's see what's going on with your astrology weather this week. Well, on the 2nd, we've got Venus conjunct Neptune in Aries, which is your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, bonus monies, as well as shared responsibilities, things that you might share with partners, business partners, or romantic partners, as well as intimacy. And special exchanges and connectivity on and around this day could be kind of highlighting each of these little spaces all at the same time. Some of you may find that an opportunity for some good bonus income is coming your way, something that you may even get a chance to commit to, or maybe even, yes, some special rendezvous or intimate exchanges become quite hot. On the 4th, we've also got Pluto turning retrograde in Aquarius, which is your 6th house of work, reputation, and your schedule. This is also the area that rules the teams that you're on, the people that you serve, and the people that you serve with. Now, during this period, running from May all the way up through October, a lot of stones are getting turned over to reveal what's been hidden underneath. And you might actually find out about some great opportunities that you've not known about or weren't paying attention to or didn't have time for that could really give your career, your work life, or maybe even your professional trajectory a very strong shine, possibly even shift you into a faster lane to success. However, this is also a time where you might have some reveals go on as well, where things that have been kept in secret, things that have been covered up, or in blind spots are brought into the light. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Virgo, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus for this week, you've got the King of Cups upright. And the King of Cups is a fabulous card because this is the card of help moving mountains for us. A lot of the times this card can show up where we need to be ready to let more people have a hand in what we've got going on, where people are actually willing to put their resources, their connections, their energy to our own best interest. A lot of the times this card can show up where somebody is attempting to help us, or where people are taking things off our hand, or even, again, opening important doors for us. And I'm saying this to myself as well as a Virgo. This is not a week to be the super walled up fortress independent. A lot of the times, the King of Cups, you do need to let yourself be open and available to things that are actually trying to connect and, give you some love. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you got the Empress reversed. And the Empress reversed is indicating there could be some trouble this week. Likely something coming up from somebody who is kind of the reason for the trouble. So, because the Empress reversed often shows up where we need to pay attention to a work situation or a financial situation or even a family situation where somebody is kind of reaping what they sow in a way where it is also creating problems for other people. This could be something going on with a coworker. This could be an account, a project, a bad client, a bad customer, bad neighbor, or maybe even, again, a relative. But what we need to understand with the Empress card reverse is that even though this is not really a happy card, we can also see where the call has been coming from inside the house, somewhere in one of these areas of our life, and what we can actually do to now solve the issue. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And the Ace of Pentacles in reverse is indicating there could be news of something not going forward or something even getting quit or canceled around a family matter, a friendship matter, or maybe even something that involves a group or a team. Sometimes the Ace of Pentacles reverse can indicate a situation where an external event or development is pushing something off, or maybe it's just something that can't get started right now, even though that was what was expected, or maybe it was supposed to happen even sooner. Sometimes this card can show up where we need to pay attention to where it might not be a good time for whatever this matter is anyway, but there could be some hurt feelings or disappointments that come from it. Your challenge this week, you've got the Lovers upright. And again, we come back into this theme of commitments, sharing, partnership, unions, and matches made in heaven. And with the Lovers card as a challenge, we're challenged to, of course, pair up. We are challenged to allow ourselves to play for keeps in situations where we are working with people that do care about us, whether it is partnering up romantically, partnering up socially, partnering up professionally. The Lovers card is the card of matches made in heaven, actually getting a chance to flourish. But the challenge that can show up sometimes is that we might not feel like we could, or we might be in a situation where playing for keeps would require us to make some serious rearrangements with the way we run our world. And that is okay, because again, good partnerships may challenge us to change our ways, whatever kind of partnerships, platonic, romantic, business, doesn't matter. And for your relationships, when it comes to love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Five of Wands upright. So this week, there could be some issues coming up where you and a significant other, or maybe you and a new or new-ish person, may be in for a bit of a challenge dealing with a lot of maybe difficult outside influences, getting a bit riled up. Sometimes we can have a hard time finding time for ourselves because external demands start to become more demanding. Or there may even be a situation coming up where you and a partner have to be ready to fight off some kind of external influence. This could also, however, indicate you and a partner, a new or a new-ish person, also possibly needing to debate or argue something that we haven't really quite discussed about how a certain plan or maybe a future intention was going to maybe come forward. We might have the same idea for what we want, but how we were going to get there is another matter entirely. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Libra people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting April 28th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can always just head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And so with all that said, let's have a look and see what's going on with your astrology weather. Well, on the 2nd, we've got Venus conjunct Neptune in Aries, your 7th house of partnerships, your closest one-on-one connections. This is the area that rules the boyfriend, girlfriend, the BFF, the business partner, the husband, wife, and the roommate, all of the people you have your most involved one-on-one connections with. And with Venus conjunct Neptune, this is a time of some very special exchanges and connectivity, especially when it comes to being able to take your personal life, whether it's your romantic life or a close friendship, or maybe even partnership prospects of a business nature, to a new horizon or to a brand new territory. This could also be opening up some very important roads or very important new trajectories for a lot of close personal relationships, or for the advancement or attraction of a new romantic relationship or business partnership. But you're going to need to be ready to make some room and be ready to also shift what you need to change in order to give it the best shot at getting off the ground. On the 4th, we've got Pluto turning retrograde in Aquarius. And this is going to be an aspect that lasts pretty much all the way up until October. This is your 5th house of love, romance, as well as creative ambitions, artistic endeavors, and private business enterprises. And with Pluto retrograde here from May all the way up through October, a lot of stones that have been not turned, that need to turn over, are getting turned over to reveal what's going on underneath. Like all outer planet retrogrades, this could be equal parts good and equal parts challenging. As with Pluto retrograde, we often see a lot of things that have been under the radar or things that have been in blind spots are coming forward to be revealed, whether it's about something going on in your personal life, or maybe even opportunities when it comes to personal business endeavors and things like that we've been missing or not paying the right kind of attention to. However, this can also bring some things that have been maybe hidden in the shadows on purpose into the light as well. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Libra, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you've got the sun upright. And the sun card is all about fun, happiness, wholesome simplicity, peace, as well as a raising of the energy around you. And so this week, in a lot of ways, is going to be very easy, very breezy, and just very cozy for you Libra people across the board, every area of your life. A lot of the times the sun can also indicate a boost in terms of just what you have to work with, whether it's financial security, your popularity, or your reach. Make sure that you understand that this week is supposed to be fun and uncomplicated, and enjoy it. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the King of Wands reversed. Now, the King of Wands reversed kind of carries a bit of a dual message. There's a good, and then there's a bad. So for the good this week, we see a huge boost in terms of productivity, your earning power, your hours, your sales. Business does seem to boom when this card is here, upright or reversed. However, with the King of Wands reversed, there could be some issues showing up as well, especially around a certain personality, whether it's a very disorganized personality type, somebody who's very impulsive, somebody who's very brash, very selfish, maybe even a bit vain. A lot of the times the King of Wands reversed, we can kind of see as somebody that they don't, let's just put it this way, they have no situational awareness whatsoever. And there could be some screw-ups or some flakiness that we need to be ready to mind around this personality. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Knight of Wands reversed. You might have the same person or a different person acting in a very similar way. The Knight of Wands reversed is a card that talks more about impulsivity and recklessness that can create problems around maybe snap judgments, snap decisions, or things that are not really set to go forward because of a disorganized or maybe, again, chaotic behavioral way. Now, this could be somebody that you notice is kind of spinning out, crashing out, or again, acting out around a social space, a professional space, or a family space. But with the Knight of Wands reversed, you want to be careful, keep your distance. Like these are, protect what you know needs some protection from stuff like that. For your challenge this week, you've got the Strength card reversed. Mind your temper. Okay, remember, this is supposed to be an easy breezy, cozy week, but with the Strength card reversed, Libra, and I'm saying this to myself as a Libra rising, it can be very easy to lose your cool, especially if you're dealing with the King and the Knight of Wands, and they're both being reversed assholes. Sometimes the Strength card reverse can show up here as a challenge where we might need to see where certain things in our life have been getting too much attention, too much energy, too much focus in an unbalanced way, and it's created a very lopsided kind of reality. Pay attention to where with the Strength card reversed, you're being called to give a bit more love and to time to things that have been getting neglected, and pay attention to where maybe the squeaky wheel or the screeching wheel doesn't always deserve the grease. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Queen of Wands upright. And the Queen of Wands is the card of, again, kind of another power boost. A lot of the times the Queen of Wands, we see some kind of jump into a faster lane in terms of relationship progress, whether it's towards a relationship goal, relationship development, or maybe even a bit of a boost or a little bit more wiliness as it relates to some romantic or bedtime activities. The Queen of Wands can also indicate possibly some kind of important setup or hookup going on for those of you who are single or available to new people, whether it's because they're putting you in the right place at the right time or they just happen to know the right people. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Scorpio people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting April 28th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, just head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on with your astrology weather this week? Well, on the 2nd, we've got Venus conjunct Neptune in Aries, which is the 6th house of work, reputation, schedule, the teams that you're on, the people that you serve, and the people you serve with for all of you Scorpio people. And with Venus conjunct Neptune, there is likely going to be a special exchange or a series of special exchanges or connectivity opportunities around a circumstance that is going to help boost you in terms of not only your reputation, but maybe even your influence, your power, and also your ability to accrue and attract wealth and supportive attention to yourself around work and financial matters. You're going to be getting kind of the MVP treatment this week, and this is going to be a time to shine, so make sure you can commit to showing up to shine. On the 4th, we've got Pluto turning retrograde in Aquarius, your 4th house of home, family, living situation, and home economy. And this is going to be an aspect that lasts all the way up to October. Now, with Pluto retrograde here, like all outer planet retrogrades, it's always equal parts challenging and equal parts good. Now, with Pluto retrograde, it's all about turning over stones that need to be turned over in order for us to see what's going on underneath. And throughout the course of this next few months, you may be finding that when it comes to this retrograde, a lot of secret opportunities, especially around support for your personal economy, home economy, as well as family relationships are going to be showing up, as well as also good opportunities for you to maybe make some important environmental transformations in order to improve quality of life are also going to be coming up. However, this is also a time where things that have been maybe deliberately kept in the shadows, buried, or hidden will also be brought to be made plain to a lot of people. And so there could be a lot of stirs or maybe some family shakeups going on as well. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's head on over and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Scorpio, here's your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme or your big focus, you've got the Fool reversed. Now, the Fool reverse is indicating this week is really going to push you, especially when it comes to things that you've been putting off starting, putting off initiating, or things that you've been putting off beginning. however you must. Because the Fool card reverse can often kind of call out where we need to be paying attention to things that are overdue to get initiated in our world, whether these are projects, new paths, new activities, embarkments towards specific goals, and really pay attention to where it's time to get in action, get in good form. Sometimes the Fool card reverse, of course, says make sure that you do this in a balanced way. Don't leap before you look. Don't rush what you shouldn't rush. But also, don't say you're being careful when you're actually just falling behind yourself. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the Three of Wands upright. And the Three of Wands is all about big, important launches. The Three of Wands is about fast activity. And this week, when it comes to your work life and your finances, you may be noticing that you are in much higher demand, but also a lot of things that you've been putting out there that you are looking to get some kind of new or fresh attention, some fresh energy from. Well, you're going to be getting it this week, because the Three of Wands is also about responses, replies, as well as engagement from those that can help boost us in terms of our prominence, popularity, and even our profitability. But you got to make sure that you keep your eye on the ball this week, because you might have to stay in constant communication. For your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Nine of Swords upright. The Nine of Swords is indicating this week there could be something coming up with a friend, a relative, or somebody that is a part of a group that you're in that is coming into kind of a dark night of the soul kind of space. A lot of the times the Nine of Swords, there is a sense of anxiety, dread, fear, duress, and this could be something that they are looking to confide in you about what might be going on that they've not necessarily been opening up to the rest of the world about, whether it's in their private space, their private world, or maybe even something that they've just been afraid to air. Whatever the case is, it's important to know what this information is, because it could also give you some insights or fill some gaps in your knowledge of what could be going on, not just with them, but maybe around them. For your challenge this week, you've got the Six of Wands upright. The Six of Wands is all about victory. It's all about acclaim, triumph, and yes, even a bit of fame. And for a lot of you with the Six of Wands, as we've seen already twice with two other cards, this is a week that is all about pushing you to get more active with things that are picking up important traction. And with the Six of Wands, sometimes the biggest challenge is knowing how to find more energy for it, but also being somebody smart enough to make sure that you stay in it. A lot of the times with the Six of Wands, we have to be ready for things to maybe take off faster than we could have expected or get bigger than we maybe planned for, but also enjoy the fact that there could be some big wins that have even better snowballs down the road. The Six of Wands as a challenge is all about seeing where you have been staying too meek, too quiet, or too cooped up to your detriment, and change that. For your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you have the Hangman upright. And the Hangman is all about a pause or something getting put up on a shelf for a little while. And this could be something that does just happen out of necessity, out of practical necessity, with something that you've got going on with a partner, a significant other, or somebody new or new-ish. Now, for a lot of you, this could be something that you and a partner have to do because of everything we just talked about so far. But also at the same time, we may find out that something that we normally do or something we had set planned for this week would actually turn out better if we gave it a bit more space. Whatever the case is, whatever gets put up on a shelf will come back down soon. For those of you who are single or available to new people, this week might be the kind of week where, yeah, we end up getting plans set or, maybe get a chance to exchange some numbers and do all of that, but we're not seeing a whole lot of action as far as the Hangman is concerned. It'll happen soon enough if you stay the course, but this is more of a week of other matters taking priority. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Sagittarius people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what is going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting April 28th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can always head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, on the 2nd, we've got Venus conjunct Neptune in Aries, which is your 5th house of love, romance, but also artistic and private business endeavors. And with Venus conjunct Neptune here, this is a time of some very special exchanges and connectivity. There's a strong honeymoon feel in the air as we go into the month of May for you. And this could be the time where a lot of you are getting a chance to explore some fantasy fulfillment, new love languages, or maybe even, again, some really cool, generous exchanges that are going to be lifting up both your personal life and any artistic ambitions that you may have. On the 4th, you've got Pluto turning retrograde in Aquarius, which is your 3rd house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, as well as anything around helpful third parties and collaborations. Now with Pluto retrograde here, where he's going to be retrograde all the way up through October, a lot of you are going to be finding that some opportunities that you have been missing out on, whether you knew it or not, around special opportunities for collaborations, for hookups from other people, handoffs, link-ups, matchmaking opportunities are going to be more clear and revealed. Pluto retrograde likes to turn over all the stones so that we could see what's in our blind spots. So we see what's been going on under the radar, whether we weren't paying attention, couldn't pay attention, or didn't understand. It doesn't matter. However, with Pluto retrograde this could also be a time where there could be some reveals of secret problems or hidden liabilities that we didn't know were liabilities around different contracts, accounts, agreements, or associations. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Sagittarius, here's your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus this week, you've got the Ace of Wands and it's reversed. Now, the Ace of Wands reversed is the card of energy moving to places where it's going to be kind of leaving what has been most demanding or most prominent in your life and starting to maybe raise up other corners of your world. And over the course of this week, we've got to pay attention with the Ace of Wands reversed to what is going on. Sometimes we go through a bit of an era change and we notice the things that maybe we spend all our time on or the things that we invest ourselves most in kind of take a bit of a break when this card shows up. And we also need to be ready to go where the energy is flowing next versus just maybe sink into our normal habits and our normal routine. With the Ace of Wands reversed, those who do are going to have a very good week. Those who don't and just kind of like carry on like it was last week, you may find it's less than ho-hum. It's even a bit, more dreary. So make sure that you know how to go with the new flow. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the Hierophant in reverse. Now, the Hierophant in reverse is actually a really good card because this can indicate a change in some kind of rule, commitment, or setup, whether it's professional, whether it's environmental, maybe even financial, that is helping you to make progress where maybe some kind of old commitment or old way of doing things or old propriety or old standard has just not necessarily been getting you anywhere or been up to snuff. You may find that this is also news about an opportunity to cut the line, as it were, as it relates to something that you've been maybe gunning towards, but had a lot of red tape or velvet rope in your way with. Just remember with the Hierophant card reversed, just like when it's upright, this is all about an opportunity to raise ourselves up in these spaces, but we've also got to keep up with re-educating and keeping up on what is expected of us as it goes forward. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Emperor reversed. And the Emperor reversed is indicating this week there could be some issues coming up around a rather difficult personality type. A lot of the times the Emperor card reversed can usually show up as somebody that is extremely domineering or somebody that is extremely reactive and immature, right? They're kind of stuck in the limbic system. Their brain capacity stops at emotions and they can't really do anything, in a higher cognitive function. With the Emperor reversed, we often see where somebody could actually be tripping up ourselves or tripping up somebody or a group or something that we've got going on because of either controlling behavior or a lack of mature, responsible anything. And this could be something that you have to be able to take on, again, in a very direct way. Interestingly enough, though, this can indicate an opportunity for some of you guys to also maybe fix, salvage, or save something that has been maybe at the mercy of one of these two personality types, and maybe even yourself rise up where you have to do it. For your challenge this week, you've got the Six of Swords reversed. And the Six of Swords reversed is the card of inertia, right? We're talking about slows, delays, things not moving forward. And so there could be something either coming up that could threaten to prolong or to delay or to push off something that needs to actually get down to business now. Sometimes with the Six of Swords reversed, we can notice other people taking things too slowly. We ourselves may be in a situation where people are just kind of staying in a spot where they don't want change, so they're kind of digging in their heels. Or there could be something getting blocked up that needs to kind of get moving, that is not being allowed to move. It will be possible, but you're going to have to find a way to change directions or change the boat that you're in. For your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Eight of Pentacles upright. And the Eight of Pentacles is all about improvements, upgrades, updates, and some kind of fruit starting to be bared as far as something that you and a partner or maybe a significant other or somebody new or new-ish have been really setting some important time aside for. Now, this could be a bonding activity. This is something that we might actually each be kind of socking away some money for, or this is something that we're looking to kind of build up to. But with the Eight of Pentacles, we're starting to see some good pay dirt. This could also indicate some really good news going on with somebody significant that may actually indicate that they are coming into a better way as far as even their own professional or financial setup is concerned. Or for those of you who are single and not talking to anybody right now, you might be meeting somebody through a community or even a personal passion or space where people are meeting that have, again, the same goal, the same special interests, and they're kind of working on them there, or maybe you're meeting somebody through your job or on their job. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Capricorn people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what is going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting April 28th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, just head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your week and the astrology weather? Well, we've got on the 2nd, Venus conjunct Neptune in Aries, your 4th house of home, family, living situation, and home economy. And this is going to be a time where a lot of you are getting a chance to play around with planting some new roots, especially where it matters, whether this is planting new roots in terms of maybe a home economic plan, maybe some of you also deciding to turn over a leaf or maybe start a new chapter in an important family connection, or maybe even do some kind of important environmental transformation to make life at home feel more like life in your sanctuary. This is also a time where some important good news around maybe some boosts to the home economy will also likely show up. On the 4th, we've got Pluto turning retrograde in Aquarius, your 2nd house of income, employment, and security. And with Pluto being retrograde here pretty much all the way up through October, this is going to be a time where, like all outer planet retrogrades, there's going to be a lot of good, but also a fair amount of challenges at the same time. Pluto retrograde is about revealing what has been hidden, revealing secrets, bringing things into the light of day, showing us where things have been slipping under the radar or in our blind spots, but also revealing things both good and bad that we do need to take real action with. Now, for a lot of you, this could be really good, especially where we find out about things that we've been sleeping on, not paying attention to, not working with, or didn't understand that could be really good for us, either financially or professionally. However, like I said, There may also be some reveals or rude awakenings around certain financial plans, setups, or ideas that need to be rethought. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Capricorn, here's your traffic. And for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Now, the Knight of Cups reverse is one of those cards that carries a bit of a dual message to it. We've got some good, and then we've got some not so good. So the good. The Knight of Cups reverse can actually indicate a really important week as far as being able to maybe accelerate or further maybe some personal goals or plans that we have around both social and practical matters. However, you are going to need to be smart about knowing where, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself, and you've got to be careful about how many cooks you let in your kitchen. The Knight of Cups reverse can sometimes show up where we need to pay close attention to the inputs that we're getting, the company that we keep, and who is sharing space with us, because the Knight of Cups reverse can show up where other people's personal problems and personal stuff that God knows they should probably be handling in private could become a problem for us because they're not doing it that way. And so you got to be careful, when those kinds of things come up. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the Six of Pentacles reversed. So this week, a lot of you might actually be get put in a position where you either need to, or you're getting the chance to close a door, to quit something, or to block something or block somebody off. A lot of the times with the Six of Pentacles reversed, we are seeing something close up that was once kind of a highway for energy or spending money or resources to go, that it shouldn't be going down anymore. Now, this could be really good news for you, especially when it comes to being able to maybe put some money back in your pocket, to plug a leak, as it were, or to stop something that is keeping a bad situation going. However, with the Six of Pentacles reversed, you got to be smart. Not everyone is going to see the bigger picture when you do. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Two of Wands upright. And this week there could be some kind of very important deal, commitment, or pact getting sealed, as it were. The Two of Wands is all about a very good, very promising plan getting made solid. And this could be something that you are doing with a friend, an ally, or a relative, or maybe even something going on where it's getting hooked up for you by somebody that you care about. This could be something that benefits you both, again, in a financial and practical way, but also something that helps you make an important maneuver as it relates to your social life or your upward mobility in terms of how you feel about your status, your standing in the world around you. For your challenge this week, you've got the Tower reversed, leaving other people to deal with their problems. The Tower card reversed can often show up as a challenge where we need to understand where sometimes not everything is our cross to bear. And sometimes this card will show up where, yes, there could be some very real stuff going on this week, especially outside of you and your immediate bubble. But the Tower card reversed as a challenge says, pay attention to where it's none of your business. Sometimes that can be difficult, especially when we're dealing with friends or family members or members of our community. But this is also a week where a lot of, let's just say, reckonings are kind of happening for people reaping what they sow, right? With their conduct, with their behavior, how they handle their emotional and mental states, how they handle their commitments and their responsibilities. And sometimes you do need to take a step back from what's not your problem to deal with. For your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Knight of Swords reversed. And the Knight of Swords reversed saying this week, there could be some stuff coming up around a particular hothead that may be creating an issue in your personal life. A lot of the times the Knight of Swords reversed can indicate a very erratic, knee-jerk reaction, shoot the messenger kind of personality type. This is somebody that could be creating problems for you or for a significant other or somebody new or new-ish. But whatever the case is with the Knight of Swords reversed, this is also not somebody that is really kind of good for actually sitting down and having a reasonable, rational conversation. This is somebody that is all feel and all action, no think. And I feel like this week we need to just be careful. If you're single and looking for people, you're going to have other options. Don't let this person take up your week. And for those of you who are coupled, just make sure that this personality is not allowed to have or exert any kind of influence over you and yours. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Aquarius people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting April 28th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, on the 2nd, we've got Venus conjunct Neptune in Aries, your third house of communications, pacts, promises, as well as commitments and helpful third parties and collaborations. And this is a time of some special exchanges and connectivity happening on your behalf. When Venus and Neptune come together in the third house, pay attention to where people are really going out of their way to do something for you. You may find out about something getting set in motion without a lot of action or input for you, or from you, excuse me, or possibly something getting hooked up, something getting matched up, something getting negotiated, or something made set solid because of the helpful intervention or the helpful support of other people. Whatever is going on here, make sure you are allowing people to have the space to do good for you, even if it means interfering in your life for your own good. On the 4th, we've got Pluto turning retrograde in your sign. And so from May 4th all the way up through early October, Pluto is going to be turning over a lot of stones as it relates to your personal story, your personal journey, your personal path, and your personal plans. Whenever we have Pluto turn retrograde, we have equal parts good and challenging. And for a lot of you, this is a time where you might be getting a chance to get better set up to accomplish certain personal goals or wishes that you wish to accomplish for yourself. Remember, whenever anything is going on in our sign, it's all about us. It's all about our personal journey, our personal individual story. Not what we've got going on with partners and family members and colleagues and friends, but us. And we may actually be getting a chance to see where opportunities to accomplish something that has been maybe a lifelong wish or goal can be done, but we're not necessarily seeing what's hiding under the radar or what's in our blind spot. You may also, however, have some reveals about where you've been going about things all wrong. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Aquarius, here's your traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme or your big focus, you have the Death card upright. And the Death card is all about major transitions and endings and turnovers that are opening room for new beginnings. And that's going to be a big theme of this week for a lot of you Aquarius people. Now, the Death card, I do like to preface with making sure people know, brings about endings and transitions that we've seen coming for a while. This is not a card of surprise endings, but this can indicate some important chapter closes going on this week. Your task is to make sure that you can actually keep the balance of endings and beginnings going at a good, steady pace. This is going to be a week that could actually even be very liberating for a lot of you, but you've got to be ready. There's going to be some business to close up as we embrace a lot of new clean slates as well. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the Justice card upright. The Justice card is all about some kind of important commitment, some kind of important lift up, or some kind of lucky break that is coming from a confirmation, maybe an important contract, a partnering, a gift, or favor being shown to you. This could be around a financial or a professional matter, whatever the case may be. But what I like about the Justice card as well is that this is something that is set to last for a while too. When it comes to your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Page of Wands upright. There's going to be some kind of special invitation or initiation going on around a social connection or maybe even a group. A lot of the times with the Page of Wands upright, it's an invitation to fun. It's an invitation to adventure. letting your hair down, shaking things up in a good way, or possibly even somebody allowing you to take a walk on the wild side in such a way where it helps you to maybe make something in your life that's been forced to stay small a more prominent feature. For your challenge this week, you've got the Seven of Pentacles upright. The Seven of Pentacles is actually a great card. This is the card of good fortune. This is a card of things actually starting to grow in a more prosperous, more successful, and stable way. However, we have to remember that all things come in due time, as well as all things have their time. Sometimes this card can show up for people I'm reading when they're trying to fast forward something. They want to rush something to happen now, even though it would be better to have it happen maybe a little bit later. Be careful not to get tempted to, pull cakes out of the oven before it's time. Be careful not to try to rush things before they are set up for success. Because, sometimes when you're on a lucky streak and you're having a lucky week, you can be tempted to do that and you don't want to. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Ace of Cups reversed. And the Ace of Cups reversed can sometimes show up where there may be something going on where we have to investigate blocked feelings or something being withheld or censored that maybe a partner, a significant other, or somebody new or new-ish is not coming forward with. A lot of the times the Ace of Cups reversed, we could see somebody holding back hurt, somebody holding back sadness, holding back loneliness, or maybe even holding back a disappointment of some kind. This may be something that has nothing to do with you or nothing to do with what you've got going on, but it may be something that this person does not feel safe or okay to air. See what we can do about that. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Blessed be all of my Pisces people out there, sun, moon, and rising. It's time to have a look and see just what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological weather and tarot traffic reports for the week starting April 28th, 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. So what's going on when it comes to your astrology weather for this week? Well, on the 2nd, you've got Venus conjunct Neptune in Aries, your second house of income, employment, and security. And this is all about special exchanges and connectivity. And there could be some kind of very special financial or professional hookup coming your way, either through a very sweet benefactor, or maybe even something coming up in the form of a collaboration, a team up, or a joining of important forces. Now, this could be opening up a door for you, proposing some kind of new offer, new road, or maybe even a new trajectory, or something that could just be a very generous opportunity that you want to be ready to integrate into the way you've been kind of running things until now, or maybe even make some bigger changes in order to see what's up. On the 4th, you've got Pluto turning retrograde in Aquarius, which is your 12th house of the past, private matters, secrets, hidden opportunities, as well as your history. And from the 4th of May all the way up through early October, Pluto retrograde is doing what all outer planet retrogrades do. They introduce equal parts good and challenging. Now, Pluto retrograde is all about turning over stones in order to see what's going on underneath. And so throughout the course of this next few months, a lot of things that you've been carrying on long term, right? Usually with the 12th house, we're talking about at least a decade, are coming up to be reviewed, coming up to be revealed for what their true nature is versus what we thought they were. A lot of the times this can also be really good for us finding ways to solve, end, or clear things from our past, or get out of things that we have been stuck in for a very long time, because we are seeing secrets, opportunities, and advantages now that have been in our blind spots or under the radar. However, this can also be a challenging aspect in the sense that we may also have it be revealed that certain characters or certain situations that have been maybe operating in our lives for a very long time might not be who we thought they were. So that is what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Pisces, here's your tarot traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you've got the Nine of Cups upright. So this week is going to be, well, pretty sweet on you. The Nine of Cups is all about contentment, wishes getting granted, as well as true heart wishes actually starting to substantiate in the world around us. Now, sometimes the Nine of Cups as a theme card can be very interesting because we might also be noticing that the things that we wish for, that we don't share, that we don't put out there, are also coming true as well. This is going to be a week where you're actually tasked with being able to enjoy it, but also pay attention to where sometimes the wishes that our heart makes, are actually the wishes that are more meaningful than the wishes we think we should make. And there's all kinds of very special, little adventures and little happy sparks that get turned on when we let them. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work, job, and finances, you've got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Now, this week, there could be something coming up around a work situation, a team situation, or a joint venture or financial matter. The Three of Pentacles reverse can often show up where there could be a teamwork breakdown or something going on where people are not showing up and doing what they should, or they are not working together. People working across purposes, people butting heads, or issues where the wrong people are being forced to work together or try to work something out that should not be working together. This week you are tasked with seeing, well, where is it? If you got to do something right, you need to do it by yourself, or you can maneuver yourself to be in a situation where you're working with people who are capable, not just available. For your community with friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Page of Swords upright. And so this week, there may be some really good news coming your way about something turning up as its own pleasant surprise. The Page of Swords is all about experimentation, adventure, innovation, and inventiveness, and also exploration. And there could be some kind of opportunity or shortcut that is allowing you to maybe commence with some kind of plan ahead of schedule, or something that you would like to explore with a friend or a member of your community that you've not necessarily been able to find the time, the space, or the resources for, and yet an easier way is found. For your challenge this week, you've got the Judgment card reversed. The Judgment card reversed is the card of quits and the card of quitting and knowing when to quit and what to quit. This week, there could be a lot of things coming up where you need to be okay with finally giving up the struggle, giving up the ghost, giving up the commitment, giving up the task, giving up the ground that you might be trying to hold with a situation that's already not very good for you and even not necessarily something that is going to lead you down a better path or lead you to a good life. And sometimes with the Judgment card reverse as a challenge, we got to know where it's time to stop fighting for something, where it's time to stop pushing an agenda or holding ground. Sometimes this is easier to do when other heart wishes come true, when other dreams and ideals come true. We have an opportunity to just kind of go, yeah, I'll quit this to do that. But sometimes it's hard because the Judgment card reversed, quitting something that maybe we've hung on to for a long time, or a trajectory we've tried to force ourselves or even things around us to go down for a long time, it's going to be a week to give it up. For your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Page of Cups upright. And the Page of Cups is indicating this week is bringing in kind of a sweet honeymoon kind of feel to it. The Page of Cups is all about love and favors, but also at the same time, kind of the experience of a new relationship. And even if you are with somebody or you've got somebody new-ish or whatever, you could still have new relationship developments go on when that's going on. So it doesn't really matter what your status is or what's happening there. The Page of Cups is about a new chapter opening up, as well as even possibly a new chance to explore new ways to express and feel love through a new honeymoon phase. And so, again, very sweet week all around. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And if you ever want to get a session with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.